Oh my god. Oh, that was so funny. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Now That's What I Call a Talk Show. I'm Fay Louise.
And I'm Jossy.
And today we've got some great subjects, discussions, and all the latest news. We're also joined by special guest Jordan Gray.
Yes, star of The Voice, and most recently she was in Transformation Street. Looking forward to chatting to her.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, don't forget, guys, she is a comedian, and she is performing in an adults
pantomime,
which I think that's the one I needed to go to this year, because I went to the one in town and there was no cast. But we won't go into
the Pantrodome.
Yes.
There was no panto.
But there's not going to be a panto if there's not going to be a check.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Anyway, so it is time for Now That's What I Call Entertainment. On the show today, we are going to discuss
Celebrity Big Brother. Of course, how could we not?
I'm going to discuss the guy from Glee.
Yeah.
It is the Glee curse.
Yeah, we will be discussing that. And we may also touch on The Voice.
Nothing ever happens. The only thing that ever happened on The Voice was Jordan was on it.
Exactly.
And now she's on here. So there you go. So, first of all, Big Brother.
Big Brother. Well, this year has been, I think it's been an amazing series so far. It's been different. It's been very educational. It's been very intellectual. It's not been like any other Celebrity Big Brother that's been before it. And the strange thing is, it's probably the last.
Yeah, it's probably the last. I totally get that. But it has been the same Big Brother. You've had your bad guy, Anne. You've had your good guys, Courtney. You've had your love romances, Courtney and Andrew. Oh yeah, and Ashley. Yeah, that one. Okay. But I feel that it has been more of a pantomime than it's been like the scary Anne and the fairies that want to be free. And that is a pun. It is a pun. It is a pun. Because I totally get the whole, we all want rights, we all want more rights, all the rights that we need. But Anne is just Anne.
So, this is my comments on Anne Widdecombe. I don't really agree with any of Anne Widdecombe's views at all. I definitely think she's just an old fumbly wumbly woman. She's quite funny. But I think the backlash she's actually getting of the LGBT community is actually quite unfair. Anne has said on screen that she doesn't, she accepts people if they're gay, straight, black, white. She accepts people as an individual. The thing with Anne Widdecombe is she doesn't support gay marriage. So it's not that she doesn't support being gay, she just doesn't support gay marriage. And it is probably a generational thing. She is 70 years old. And the whole thing is, we do have gay marriage, so yes, she doesn't agree with it, but we have it, so, you know what I mean? If we didn't have it, and she was still saying, well, I don't agree with it, I could understand people's problems, but we do have it now.
So, I would totally get everyone's problems if she came on the show and she was like, no, get away with this, don't talk to us, blah, blah. She wasn't. She was kind of she rolled her eyes a little bit when it was about the gay. She used to roll her eyes about Courtney. I get why people didn't agree with what they did to Courtney, because all as Courtney did was just the same thing as Anne did and had an opinion. So they should have just supported that and maybe said, you know what, I disagree, or I'm not going to really discuss that because that's not my opinion, feel free to have yours. I just feel once Andrew went...
Andrew.
I love Andrew.
The eye candy. Other than Genuine.
Once Andrew went, Courtney crumbled live on TV.
She did.
And that is why I feel she's my winner. I mean, she went from, glitz to glam, the bit of a romance, to showing you the nitty gritty of feeling, just crap. Sad.
Oh, I know, it was so sad when she was just sat there crying into her little...
He looked at the phone, I was just like, oh my god, I felt so sad. I'm going to touch on something that Jossy didn't want me to touch on.
Oh, what is she going to touch on?
Well, the biggest drama to come out of Celebrity Big Brother.
Let me guess.
India. So, my opinion is, and I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say it quite quickly, and you're not going to have one. So, India was just a young child, fresh off the doctor's surgery table. Correct?
Am I allowed to have an opinion?
Little bit, but
yes,
correct.
I agree with that. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
So, India's behaviour was totally understandable, totally justifiable, to a point. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Don't dead name her, it was wrong.
That was wrong.
But then you can't start asking men who just don't want to date you that they're transphobic because they don't want to date you.
She doesn't just met
If that's the case, every guy in the pool yesterday at Aqua is transphobic. Because they won't date us. Correct?
Correct.
But we don't have a problem with that.
We don't have a problem. But the thing is as well, she'd only literally just walked into the house.
Oh.
Well, Genuine had just walked into the house. He didn't even know her from Adam. And like she
no
let
pun.
him she like kind of let him to kiss him and whatever, and he was like, whoa. And maybe his first reaction was, whoa, I don't know you. And there may be a little bit more to that, but that's just Genuine's preference. I really like Genuine. I fancy Genuine for like 20 odd years. I think, in his day, oh my god.
In his day, yes.
A god.
But what we're missing is
yeah.
India left the Big Brother house.
Yeah. Back together.
And she just kind of attacked everyone, like, because I kind of get the whole phobia thing. That's totally fine.
Yeah, and I think people asking inappropriate questions to her.
The inappropriateness, the whole shows you boobs. It was, you might as well have been sat there going, dance for me, puppy. And that's what I hate about it.
Like if India wanted to show her boobs, it was her choice. She'd be like, oh, I don't mind showing you. That's different because, well, it's like any woman. She said that I'll do it. She's had the choice. But if people are asking, it is inappropriate. You would not ask a cisgender woman, can I see your boobs?
And that's the thing. I think the transgender community are very much about what offends us, but we actually need to be more as a whole and what offends everyone. Like if I was to ask, you know, a random guy or someone asked my mum or my auntie what they had between their legs, we'd be offended regardless.
Oh god, yeah.
I just think we need to be a little bit less sensitive, and I think everyone needs to be a little bit less nosy. It's got nothing to do with them. What's in my trousers? Leggings. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
I have just gotten a news reporting.
She's just got.
And I reached out to some people for some information, and it was a case of I wanted to know the facts. Okay, we're moving on. We are moving on.
We're moving on.
I wanted to know the facts of the Glee curse. So we have one guy who, let's face it, just drugs and
Corey Monteith.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, could he have been
involved?
Involved.
That's the
before
thing.
this all came out.
Could he have been involved?
You don't know. We don't.
And
know.
then we've got the next guy. And can we just say, just before we go any further, because everybody must think on it, how fit is he?
Well, that's the thing, right? In hindsight, he was fit when he was in Glee. That's
beautiful.
What I fancied.
Like,
I did not
wow,
fancy
yeah. I agree.
Corey Monteith.
I agree.
fancied
And now
Mark
I
Sally.
feel a bit vile for it.
Oh, totally.
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, why did I fancy him? And that kind of makes me sad. His suicide, instantly now everyone's saying he had mental health problems, but his suicide came from guilt. And the guilt was, he was on a children's show, he then got 50,000 images.
50,000 indecent images.
50,000 indecent images of children.
So we're not just talking one or two images, we're talking a lot.
And we're not even talking going on a site. We're talking download, put on a hard drive. I'm travelling with these images.
Mm-hmm.
That
dark.
to me is dark. And people always say, you know, he's gone now, you can't speak ill of the dead. But I'm kind of going to say it. Well, actually, I'll let you.
Alright, okay, so this is just how I see it. And I've always been brought up to say that you should never say anything bad about the dead. You should only say good. So all I can say on this is, in my eyes, a pervert is dead. Good.
I have to be here. Right, guys, we have an exciting guest coming up. Jordan will be joining us in a few moments.
Exactly.
This is when I turn into like technology pro.
Yeah.
And you're going to see all the close-ups of me. Because I'm going to invite our Jordan to join us. And where are we? There we are. And I'm just going on. Jordan, if you can hear us, just invite yourself and we will accept you. You know how the phones could be. Perfect. So, moving on, we are going to figure out how to do this. Jordan, can you invite yourself? Because it's not coming up on my screen. This is when it gets complicated. Right there. Let me figure this out. Oh, it's broken. Wait there. Sorry about this, guys. We are just trying to sort this out. Jossy? Yep, that's that one. I'm here, Jordan. Perfect. Does it have a link at the top to say invite yourself? Because it isn't coming up on ours for some reason. Right there. Guys, I'm gonna just jump in. And we are going from that to that. Jocelyn. Oh, just while I try and invite Jordan, which is not working for me for some reason. Probably because, you know what, I'm going to invite Jordan on your phone, because that just makes more sense. Jordan, bear with us. Wow. Yeah, I love the first show, by the way, guys. Can you just see the professionalism?
Oh, God.
It's everywhere. But it's our first show, and this is how we wanted to do it. We wanted to do more of a chat show, so carry on, continue talking.
Well, we're just waiting for Jordan. So
Jordan is here, she's just
Jordan
waiting
is here.
to be invited on.
Let's make some
There we are. To be invited on. I might actually have to invite Jordan. We're just going to video call Jordan because for some reason technology isn't our friend today. So Jordan, bear with us, we're going to video call you. Are you the page or the person?
I think it's
What do you mean? So moving on, Jordan is known for... Where is she?
Jordan was on The Voice.
Jordan was on The Voice
2 years ago now.
2 years?
She's come to 2 years, yeah. She was mentored by Paloma Faith. We love Paloma.
Yeah, we do love Paloma.
She's bonkers, but I love her.
Perfect. Jordan, we're going to ring you now because our phone hates us. So we have Jordan coming on. Technology hates us.
Can I just check that it's definitely on the screen?
No, I'm gonna bring her up. I'm just gonna turn her up. I'm just turning you up. Can you turn yours up? That is a bit better. So we're going to change a few things because technology hates us, obviously. So
Oh, we won't be defeated.
Oh, we won't be defeated by technology.
She's in the middle of us.
Jordan?
Hello, alright.
Right, okay. Can everybody hear Jordan? Say hi.
Hello, alright. Might be waiting a while for a reply, but yeah, I'm alright. How are you both doing?
We're really,
We're
really good.
Yes, I'm just getting over a really bad cold, so I'm really, really husky. But it's quite sexy, so.
Yes, it's got a Eastern European thing going on right now.
Oh, thank you.
Are you able to turn your mic up a little bit?
I can hold it closer to my face.
Yay. Okay. Okay, perfect. So basically, you just did Transformation Street. So we just kind of wanted to, first of all, congratulate you.
Yeah.
And just kind of let you know that, once again, you have enlightened us and educated us, which doesn't really happen that often to me. I'm always quite stubborn.
Yeah.
But when you
She is.
were describing the spectrums of being transgender, it really kind of enlightened me to kind of think, oh my god, the penny just dropped, like massively, because I was a little bit naive.
We understood it.
Yeah, we understood it. Because I
yeah.
was a little bit naive in the whole girls have to be beautiful and boys years ago.
Yeah.
And over the past 5 years, I've kind of educated myself and learned more. And just watching the show, I just kind of thought, that is the type of inspiration we need on our screens.
Oh, yes, definitely. I always say that me and Faye were kind of a product of our time. We started our transition when we were in our teens. So it was only 2 years ago. Was it? It was.
So that was a long time ago.
Way back then, where we're from, the goal was to be as passable as possible, and once you had fully transitioned, not to tell people you're transgender. I can remember I was quite young and I was out in a club one night and there was a group of transvestites in one corner, and I was told, oh no, you don't talk to them, they're nothing like you. So we were kind of brought up in that environment, which looking back now is really
wrong.
ignorant.
So wrong.
So over the years, like, our minds have been opened a little bit, and just like your views on the show kind of resonated with what we've just been learning.
Yeah,
So.
and it was really nice. It was really refreshing to see, you know, your relationship, fiance, the journey you kind of went on from obviously The Voice. We all remember you on The Voice, which was phenomenal. And
Oh yeah.
it was my highlight of the week. I think it was everyone's at the time. And I just wanted to like kind of know your perspective. There's a lot of things going on, you know, Big Brother right now, about gender, about where we're going, about what's acceptable, Year of the Woman. I kind of agree on that it should be the year of equality, not just the year of the woman, because then once again, we're kind of emphasising the woman's side. It's the year of humanity, in my opinion. And that's where Big Brother may have went wrong this year. But where kind of Transformation Street and other aspects of it kind of hit it on the head, yet there was such a little televised. The word is like Big Brother, a massive platform, and the kind of nonsense that I hear coming from it. We just wanted to kind of know how you're feeling on the subjects that are obviously right front forward at the moment. Just, yeah, really.
Yeah, well, I only transitioned about 4 years ago, so I've not known anything other than it being all over the news. So I guess I never had a second thought that I was ever going to be able to integrate myself into society without having that little prefix. It was always going to be that. So I made my peace with that straight away. I'll tell you one thing, Paloma taught me, and it's always stuck with me. I think it was something like this. If there's a fire in your kitchen, you look around, you see the fire, you put it out. You don't douse your entire kitchen. So, like, right now, transgender people, we're having some problems. Let's solve them, right, before we worry about, like, equality is the most important thing in the world. But you can't do it all at once. That's kind of the point. So, Year of the Woman, right, let's do that now. Get that out of the way. Maybe next year it's something else. You don't have to worry about appeasing everybody all the time. We're only human. We can only do our best. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry about, like, people lost their way a long time ago. I think they just thought that, like, we were supposed to respect each other's beliefs. Like, no, hang on. We're supposed to respect each other's rights to have beliefs. the actual beliefs, like, you don't have to respect those beliefs whatsoever, that's up to you, but people's right to have them is very, very...
Oh my god, yes.
Wow.
Just love it, exactly. That is what we loved about watching you, because you kind of... Yeah, you were on a show and you know, you were getting surgery, and I get all that, and that was where you were. But you spoke so much kind of knowledge that I, for one, when I was reading some negative comments that kind of peed me off, I was like, well, how can you not be educated? Even though not to respect or love that what the person is becoming or is, but respect that they have the right to be that. And that's what I hope happens, rather than it be a case of, as we've seen in the paper, I don't know if you've seen some of the stories we read, you know, like trans women are expecting heterosexual male men who openly have said, you know, that is just not who they want to be with, etc. And it's like we're almost screaming for them, the demand that they have to. And I don't think anyone has to accept me.
I don't
think anyone
owes anyone.
No, I don't think anyone
sex
owes
or
me anything. I don't think anyone owes me anything. But it would just be okay if they could just let me get on with it. And that's the experience I've actually had. I have just been let to get on with it. I completely sympathise and empathise with where others' struggles have been and what they've been through, because I haven't been through some of them, but I've been through a lot. I mean, I grew up with massive amounts of abuse. I lived through abuse in my teens. There was one point I had my house set on fire and things, and that was just because I wanted to be me. I get that trouble, and I'm moving on to my future, and that's where I want to be, and I totally want to support everyone else. But I just feel like we need to just want them to accept us being us and not accept us. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I feel like it's a case of how do you put it? I've earned my sisterhood. I don't think it's a case of just being able to say something and that's all right. Like math, right? Math is a great example. When we're all dead and gone, math's not going anywhere. It's going to be exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? But we need to be alive and saying that we're transgender for it to be a thing. Like, so what? I've earned this by working really hard and being patient with people. I think sometimes here is a really good bit of advice, if you can call it that. However passionately someone is arguing something, it usually betrays like an underlying fear about that thing. Like, I'm never going to get passionate about the fact that 2 + 2 = 4. It just is. That's just what it is. If someone really needs to tell you that, you know, trans women aren't women, it ain't really about that. They're afraid of something. If they just believed it and didn't say anything, you know, fine, get on with their lives. It's when, like, why? Why does it matter to you? Why on earth does it matter to you?
I agree. I mean, I support. I kind of do support a good all round. But what is your thoughts on so what happened recently with the bathroom scenario and the swimming scenario? So there was did you read about the incident of the bathrooms and how they're becoming gender neutral, and how a transgender person wasn't allowed into an all women's swimming area? Like, I honestly thought, well, it depends on circumstance. And I wouldn't be offended if me first starting transition was just kind of said, you know, like, it's going to make people feel uncomfortable. I'm intelligent enough to get that, not be immediately offended about it, but get that and understand it, and ask for, you know, well, can we try and work something out? Is there a way I can do this? Could we have a open night or whatever? But someone who has transitioned and regardless if they look like a woman, because I think that has nothing to do, because the trust is on the morning. I don't look like a woman. I don't wake up like this. And I always think that is the way that the media make it into this spectacle. If it was because she didn't look like a woman, it probably wasn't. It was probably maybe because of the way the person maybe addressed the situation or tried to go in. because the situation with the toilet, the dressing room situation, the person wasn't dressed.
Was presenting as
male.
Yeah.
And wasn't transitioning and didn't look as the silly idiots think the best people, you know, how you're meant to look, was actually just not presenting. And I think that should have been their understanding, or they should have thought, you know what? I'm not going to put myself in that situation, and why would I want to put other women in that situation feeling uncomfortable? As a woman, I wouldn't want to put any other woman to make uncomfortable. I just wouldn't. And I just wanted to know what you thought about that and how you felt, and yeah.
I think you're bang on it, right? Straight away, everything is circumstantial. Every individual thing must be judged on individual merit. For example, we're 3 women. So what? We can't talk for every woman in the world.
Very
so that's
true.
a really, really good point. Like, it happened there. So what? It doesn't happen everywhere. That's their own thing. Number 2, where's this idea come from that you own where you will eat? Because I don't know about you, I'm not a cat. Like, I just squeeze where I need to eat.
So, well, usually if I'm drunk, it's outside somewhere.
Exactly. If that were true, you lot would own the high street, wouldn't you, of a night at 2 in the morning? I think they're just scared that we're going to go in there and claim everything because we can aim better than them.
Exactly. But what do you feel about gender neutral toilets? I mean, I personally do not want to go to a toilet and look over while I'm washing my hands at a urinal
To see a man.
a man doing his business. I would not feel comfortable. I wouldn't mind.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you would be uncomfortable? Is it like, I think the only reason gender neutral exists is because testosterone is very, very powerful, and people with testosterone coursing through their veins can't control themselves and their thoughts. That's why patriarchy exists. We're being kept down because men can't control themselves with testosterone in their bodies. So I get that bit, but if he's just having a little whittle, I mean, if you don't like looking at his bits, that's fair enough, but that's like, you know, why do you think you would be uncomfortable? I've got no opinion either way on that.
So for me, it just stems down to probably growing up and some of the things I kind of experienced, and being in my ex-partner was Indian, and knowing a Muslim or a Sikh woman would not want to be in a toilet. It would be kind of going against everything they believe in because it's a private place. So I think it goes beyond gender.
Yeah, but you're not a Sikh woman.
No, so for me, it would boil down to I would be a bit scared because of incidents that have happened in my past, in my life, just as I'm sure you would, Jossy.
Well, I think the easiest solution, have men, have women, and then have a gender neutral. Or have maybe one in the middle, which is for anyone, a separate one for women in one corner who just want to be with other women, and a separate one for men who would be more comfortable with men. Because I do think, by and large, do think most of society do prefer to have, like, separate toilets. And that's not saying that a transgender woman can't use that toilet, because of course, a transgender woman
that's the
has
case.
every
So
right
can
if
I
she
start
identifies
using?
as a woman.
Am I okay to go in the men's again? Because like
Why would you want to?
But no. That's just that, you know, as a trans person, there's some places I'm told not to go to the toilet because of their stupid rules. And my honest opinion is: so do you want me taking a piss next to your husband with a big smile on my face? Kind of. Do you really want me in there? As a joke, more of a joke and a kind of thing. The only issue I have is, for me, safety. Because men...
Well, having a gender-neutral toilet probably does affect the safety of the trans women using it, because then that's the toilet you go to that's going to be full of transgender women. So any men that particularly want to meet a trans woman will use the gender-neutral toilet. So in a way, that sort of takes the safety away, I'm afraid. In theory, of course. I've never built a toilet before.
That's true. Yes, but also, if toilets just become everyone neutral, so children, adults, I feel it could open a door where nasty people could take advantage of there being a toilet for everybody.
Then that would ruin it for everyone.
And I always notice as well, the ladies' toilets seem to be getting so much talk and hype, yet nothing ever changes the guy toilets.
Oh god, no, it's always like trans women in the toilets. It's never really trans men going to the men's toilets. It always seems to be on it.
There is zero substantiated evidence for there being any activity. Otherwise, criminal doesn't care what's on the front. If he wants to get in a toilet, he's getting in. I doubt a criminal's fresh out of jail, a sex offender's going to go, oh, hang on, that's the women's. I'll back off then. They don't care, mate. Like, don't, we're chucking a lot of words around, but a criminal doesn't care about what we think in that regard, do they? They're a different breed. If they want something, they'll get it.
That's very true.
And they haven't. There's not been any incidents
Lift the phone.
of substantiated evidence of that happening. It's good to talk about it, but I would say we've got more important fish to fry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true, I agree with that. So, you're working on the adult pantomime at the moment. Can you tell us some more about that?
Yeah, we just finished our run. It was
Nice.
amazing. I played the Fairy Honey, and they basically let me just play myself. So all I talk about, I just make jokes about having just been on the telly, and oh, have you seen my professional music career, boys and girls? It's behind you. Which I think was quite funny.
I think that is really funny. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely annoyed that we didn't go. So, what's next for you?
I am pitching a sitcom. I'm working on a sitcom where, because I'm quite, I've got quite a big ego, I play
No.
7 of the in it. It's true. Look at my face.
Oh my god, no,
I'm
shock.
wearing their makeup though. Oh, say that again, my sweet. I can't hear you.
So, you're producing a sitcom, that's next for you.
Yeah. I'm working on the screenplay at the moment. Touring. I'm doing a lot of comedy because I moved into comedy full time.
Yeah, we love that, we noticed that, and we actually, weirdly enough, when you did it, when you first did it, I kind of thought, what a good direction. It kind of suits you.
Yeah, I'm basically just like Russell Brand with boobies.
Very good boobies, though, we must say that.
Very good boobies.
Oh, I forgot you've seen them, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah,
The nation's
we've been
seen
watching,
them.
I think, more than just us. So how did you find the experience of Transformation Street?
Wonderful. Very warm and comforting production team. First time that my partner has been on telly.
Oh, she's lovely.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's beautiful and sweet. I love her so much. You want to see my engagement ring?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, guys, look at
Wow.
that.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I'm just really into Pokemon because I'm a child.
Well,
And it's been, I was proud to be a part of something that, as you described yourself, is quite an informative
Yeah.
program. It's not just
Oh, yeah.
absolutely, I completely agree. I think more times we have shows like that, the better. Do you agree?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to look forward to following your fantastic career. And when we get technology just right, we might have you on like a real screen sometime, which that would be really cool. Or we might even get you on to do some sort of set. But we just want to say a huge thank you for joining us today. And we will speak to you soon. And we are really excited for your
Yes.
sitcom.
Sitcom, and if you ever tour and come up to Newcastle, let
We
us
will
know,
be there,
'cause we
okay?
will be there.
I'm hosting at Newcastle Pride.
Are you?
Oh, we will be there. We
fabulous.
will come and
We'll
see
be there.
you.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me onto your inaugural program. You're both wonderful people, and I'll speak to you very soon.
Not a problem.
Right,
Thank you so
okay.
much. Goodbye.
Bye.
So you heard it here, guys. She is going to be a Pride.
Yes.
Well, I thought that was very, very good. But it's time for a tea.
Oh, God, absolutely.
So I'm going to have a look at the comments,
Yeah,
and
I'm
we
gonna
will
make
see
it
you
for
in a
that.
few seconds. So, let's see. Hi, guys. This is the part of the show that I love, where the camera's just on me. So, it was brilliant. What a brilliant show, guys, with Jordan. How fabulous was that. And don't worry, we've got more to come as well. I'm going to go through all the... Hey, Tiger. Loving all the smoke, guys. Don't forget, share. If you share the video, then more people will get on, so we can have more of a discussion. I think we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the discussion. Now that's what I call a discussion, which is the favourite part of the show. Jossy, let's have a tea in a little while, and let's just get photos, because that kind of overlaps a little bit. But once again, we are really grateful for Jordan, who came on the show. It was brilliant.
You see, what I like about Jordan is she can kind of have a different opinion to you, but it doesn't become an argument. She just kind of, like she said, like, you have an opinion, I have an opinion, but there's other things going on in the world, and you might not agree with one thing, but there could be 10 other things that you agree on. So, anyway.
So guys, it's now time for Now That's What I Call a Discussion. And our first discussion this week is pole dancers.
And more specifically,
transgendered pole dancers. So we did some research. We had a lady who emailed in, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she emailed in, and she couldn't understand why she couldn't work as a pole dancer in the UK unless she was presenting a male strip show, which would more be known as a drag queen.
Yeah. And can we say that she is quite a successful pole dancer.
Very much so.
She has won quite a few competitions, so you know she is very good at pole dancing. So carry on.
So we did our research. So my opinion for that is, I think it's each to their own. I think the club have their own rights to say what they are, until I ran a very close source to the business. So he told me it's got nothing to do with management, and it actually has something to do with licensing.
Everything to do with licensing.
Being the main thing. So basically, they will not allow anyone from the transgender community to be a pole dancer if they are out and known as a transgender. Because they feel it would open a gate, of money. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It would open a flood of customers. It would open a flood of kind of a negative look, a negative feel. I personally think it would double the capacity of the bar, club, and you would get a lot more money in your pocket. Do you agree?
Absolutely. The thing is, though, this is the crazy thing. There probably is pole dancers dancing in poles. There's probably someone in Newcastle who are so presentable as cisgender women that they don't have to tell someone their trans status, and they could be. So that's the thing. It's not that transgender women can't work. It's out transgender women, or I don't really like to say passable, non-passable, but the non-passable, by society standards, transgender women are not allowed to perform at these venues.
And it's all to do with licensing.
Yes.
So my opinion is, do not shoot the messenger, i.e. the manager or the door staff. Go for the license, go for the council.
Yes.
Next. So, I've got a topic that I want to discuss, and I've noticed more and more. So, you see these these TV shows, such as The Undateables.
There's a new one starting, employment agency.
There's a new one starting, so it's like an employment agency for, I don't know, vulnerable people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As good as it is, and it is good, when I watch it I'm like, oh wow, they found love. But now I'm starting to see a very bad pattern, and it just seems like TV shows now are just abusing their individuality.
Yes.
That's what I would say.
I would say it's quite exploitative. I work with people with learning disabilities. Fay has as well, ever does. So we know that it is important that some people with learning disabilities are in work, because, you know, it is beneficial for people.
But to do a whole show about it,
to have a show following, it's kind of like maybe I'm crazy, but maybe in like 5 years' time, you know how every show at the moment is celebrity this, celebrity that. In even 10 years' time, it could be special needs this, special needs that. Which, you know, why can't we just integrate? And
I'm offended for them.
Yeah.
I am offended for them, because I feel like it has remnants of, I mean, what's next? transgender
Well, it's
transgender work camp.
well, it's going back to the freak show. I'm not calling people with learning disabilities freaks. I'm not. I'm just saying it's like with people like transgender as a talking thing. It's the other. It's something that's different. So if you look at the history of freak shows, people have always watched people that are different to them, and it always has been exploitative. The thing is, it's 2018, and I think we're supposed to be a civilized, advanced, and educated society, and we shouldn't.
Prime example of the exploitation that they did. There was a gentleman that was on who had Tourette's.
Yeah.
And
Asperger's, I think.
yes, Tourette's and Asperger's.
Is that the rugby man?
And
He was very good looking though.
but so, there you go. My example.
Very good looking.
You're missing the end part that all the papers did. He's very good looking for being disabled. That really doesn't sit well for me. And what didn't sit well for me even more is he kind of ran with it. And he got known as, it was basically, oh my god, can you believe he's this good looking?
Mm-hmm. Like, how can someone with
somebody-
Asperger's, or how can someone with Tourette's be good looking?
It needs to stop.
Yeah, it does.
If it was a case of just a dating show, which had people with learning difficulties, then that would be fine. If it was, they could have did like jobs for diverse individuals, jobs for someone with a little bit different. Like just not, they are focusing on that, and they feel that they are playing on people's heartstrings at home, but they're not. They're just abusing these delightful people who genuinely just want to have a job. And that is, I just find that disgusting. And I really want it to stop. There is, even the cameras purposely focus on their worst times.
Which they shouldn't. That's a massive breach of their dignity, really.
It just upsets me. And I just, I'm just going to leave it there, but I just want you to think, are we watching the right things on TV? Are we really that shallow?
Well, that's going back to my what I was just saying before about the freak show. People have always historically watched the freaks, the other people who are different. So we're just not as advanced as we think we are.
Mm.
We're all cavemen, really.
Anyway, before I start getting upset, let's move on to, now that's what I call the news.
The news.
So what's in the news this week?
Well, I was reading the news today, and Fay actually predicted that this would happen.
Oh, got you.
That they are now banning the grid girls at Formula 1 events, starting in the 2018 season. The other week they said that they were banning the girls at darts. They'll be banning the ring girls in boxing. And that's what Faye said. She was like, they are going to ban everything. But the crazy thing is that these women, they choose to work in that job. So if there's any exploitation going on,
So
my argument is if that woman is choosing to work
consent.
there,
She consents.
she's consenting to work
100%
there.
consents.
Of course, if somebody touched her inappropriately, she's not consenting to that. What she's consenting to is looking pretty, waving a flag,
She's
in a sexy
consenting
outfit,
to be
that's
embracing.
looked at.
Yeah, she's consenting to being bloody goddamn beautiful.
That is what she's consenting
And
to.
now the men are like, oh, who was taking it away?
The organiser.
Yeah, but why? What stirred them on?
Pressure from various feminist groups.
I'm gonna say a thing. People aren't gonna like this.
Say it.
I'm all for feminism
Mm.
and feminists, and I support everyone. But don't pick on. Go and ask them if they want their jobs taken away.
Exactly, you're making so many.
You're making so many people unemployed. People have children, families,
could be going through
University.
college. A lot of girls who do that kind of thing
are always at uni. Even
always.
some of them are studying in like the hospital and stuff. I know for a few friends of mine, and that for me is kind of like, just take it a step back, guys.
Yeah.
Just like everything else now, just take it a little bit step back. The LGBT, BT, LY, LY, SSSSSSAQQ. Shh. Let's just call it everyone. Because that's how I look at everyone.
Oh, we're now moving on to the acronym.
We are moving on to the acronym.
We are. We go.
That has been on my newsfeed for the last 8 months.
Oh, yeah.
And it has grew.
Yeah.
It has
It just keeps getting more
grew.
letters.
And you know what? I don't know everything. I don't know every word. But I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't want to feel like I am arguing for everybody else when I already accept those individuals without any acronyms. I already, if someone was to come to me and say, I really like boys and girls and
Plant pots.
plant pots, I would be like, what colour plant pots do you like?
Exactly.
And that would be me being me. I don't feel we need to throw every single thing down people's throats.
So, here's where history comes into it. God.
It's happened
history
before.
lesson. Right, so, there's a reason why there's an LGBT. There is a reason.
I'm going to
for
get a drink. I'm breaking
so,
a rule. I'm putting you over to Jossy, but
Right,
I
okay.
need a drink.
So, there is a reason for the LGBT. The LGBT does stand for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. Now, historically, everyone who comes under that letter has been discriminated against. It was illegal to be gay, it's been illegal to be transgender, up until the Stonewall riots of 1969. I'm going to try and make this really, really short. So the LGBT in Pride events do stem back from there, and it was all to be like a celebration of freedom. But this is my opinion, I just kind of feel all these other categories which are kind of coming on, like asexual, there's demisexual, just some that are coming on. I personally don't think that like an asexual person historically has been persecuted. I don't think it's ever been illegal to be asexual. Asexual means that you don't have any sexual attraction to anyone. You were never going to be put in prison or put to death. Even in this day and age, in some countries, you can be put to death for being LGBT, which blows my mind. So is it not latching on to someone else's struggle? That's how I see it. Interested to know what other people's views are. Where me and Faye, we're always open to other opinions, and you know.
And we want you to get in touch. We want you to get in touch. We want you to tell us exactly what you are thinking, what you want to hear from the show, what you want to see next on the show, who you want on the show. I'm going to end it with something that, oh God, you're going to understand.
Right. Okay.
This is my news.
Right.
So I appreciate what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
And I get it may not be illegal for a non-binary person or pansexual or any other type of sexual gender out there. But they should still, because I don't want people to misconstrue what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
They are still valid.
Oh yeah, I'm in no way am I saying being asexual is invalid. I'm just saying I don't think it should be latched onto the LGBT
We live in a society. We live in a society already where people, this day and age, God, some men don't even get woman equality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're just getting into gender and sexuality equality. I think people get it. We're not all the same, but I feel we anger, and people can be angered if we're throwing it down their throat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I always think, and I'm sure you'll agree.
Make such an inappropriate joke there.
Well, can I say what I'll say, then you can say your joke. I was just going to say, maybe we should just all go down under one banner of Human, human.
And that's not as easy as said as done, because there's people out there that will just never accept it.
Oh yeah.
They'll never accept anything, because they're just, well, they're a bit sad.
But like Jordan was saying, they do actually have the right not to.
But but they actually have the right not to. They can just be like, you know what, I'm just not gonna, just like me, I just don't like onions. But I've got nothing against adding them to your bolognese that I cook for you.
I'm picky with onions though. Could never eat a raw one.
But would I put it in a pan for other people and have a separate pan?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's no problem there.
Nice.
Weirdly, I'm bringing this all down to onions.
Onions. It all
boils down to onions.
It
Literally.
does.
Well, if you, hey, there's many layers to humans, and
many layers to an onion.
and
oh
there
my
is
God.
an onion. Hey. But I think for the foremost on the gender thing, because the show isn't going to be solely about gender, LGBT.
Absolutely not. No.
But it's going to be a big dimension of it, because let's face it. I'm just going to tell her, I'm transgender, Jossy.
Are you? Guess what? So am I.
There you go. Up on next week's show, guys, because we have came to an end, we're going to be discussing when is the right time to tell a guy.
And this is a conversation me and Faye we've had quite regularly, especially over the past year. We may go into my dating history last year.
So we're gonna do one thing: single, not single.
not single.
And as everyone will, well, as we always get told, and we kind of hate this, the whole passing privilege. Because I get told I have passing privilege, when I don't. Trust us.
Passing's not.
We
will talk about that
next week. Is going to be the passing privilege. The when do you tell a guy or a girl, and do you really have to? It's some discussions. We want to hear from you on that because it's been sent in off one of our. Well, I think we're going to be able to get on the show.
Yeah.
But it's been sent in, and we just want to know. What do you think? When do you think? Would you want to know? Do you think you have a right to know? Is there a time not to, a time to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you exactly when I did next time.
Mm-hmm.
And Jess is going to tell you exactly how many times she's done it. But anyway, guys, we just want to say good night. It's been great once again. Can I just do a sing a song?
I don't even know what that is.
Song. If you know what that is, you're going to be in the chance to win a beauty package. So just one more time. Sing a song. What's it off and what is it? Unfortunately, Jossy, it's time to say goodbye.
It's time to go put the kettle on.
You're going to put the kettle on, and I think we'll have some cake.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Thank you once again, guys, for joining us. Please share our page. Please hashtag us. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please share our page.
Yes.
We want to build this up because we want to have a healthy discussion. And I will now reply and talk and chat to everyone on the comments. And if you have any messages, even if you just want a bit of support, also feel free to go over to like-minded people for support. And we have a team there that are actually available to help, and that's the great side of this show as well. We have a lot of things put in place to support. So once again, thank you, Jossy.
And thank you, Faye.
And thank you. Good night, guys. We'll see you soon.
Oh, and of course, and thank you again to Jordan.
Oh yes, Jordan. Thank you.
Jordan.
We will be back next Wednesday from 5 p.m. Thanks, guys. See you later.